Yes, and guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be taking you through a bit of the day in my life as an online coach. So for those of you who don't know me, my name's Sam Board, I'm from the UK. I'm an online coach alongside my twin brother James, and we run Built by Board Twins, which is a company that we started 2 years ago, and we've helped over hundreds of people develop the best versions of themselves. So I'd say my life is a bit different to the standard person. We're not in that typical 9 to 5, and I'm constantly moving around the world. So I'm currently in Thailand. I've been there for the last month. This year I spent the first 3 months in Dubai. I then went out to Australia for 2 months. I'm now here. I'm heading to the UK in 5 days for a couple of weeks. We'll then be in Marbella for a few weeks. Then I'll be back out to Asia again. But when I am traveling, my life isn't how a typical person would travel. I'm constantly working, my routine stays the exact same, and this video is going to give you a bit of an insight into that. So I'm going to be showing you who I surround myself with, so my circle. So I think that's super important. I'm going to be showing you what I get up to for my clients, the service I deliver, as well as taking you through a session as well, and just giving you a proper insight to how my life actually looks. So this is going to be setting the tone for my YouTube channel moving forward. I do want to make sure I am giving you guys a proper insight, and I don't think I've really done that in the past. So I'm excited to be bringing you guys the content that I am going to be bringing you over the next couple of months, and we've got a hell of a lot planned. So I'm super excited to bring that to you guys. In terms of today, we're going to start just with my morning routine. So I'm going to get meal 1 in, and then we're going to head down to the cafe where I do phase 1, which is client check-ins. So we're going to start with meal 1 now, guys. So a little tip, guys, when you're making your eggs, instead of banging it on the side, just tap them together. Learned this with some guy in Turkey when he was making my pancakes, and only one of them will ever crack. So it's the least messy way of cracking eggs. There you go. We got twins in there, me and James. Here we go, guys. So there we have it, meal 1, which is eggs. So this stays the same every day. So like I said, my morning routine is dialed in. I think it's so important to have the same meal every single morning, just because the last thing you want to be doing is getting up disorientated, thinking about what you've got to eat. I know exactly what I'm having. It's eggs every day. The veg in it changes depending on what I can get my hands on. But that is 5 eggs, just some tomato and some mushrooms. No carbs in the morning at the moment. I'm trying to stay lean, and the second I get carbs, then I just want more. So that is just proteins and fats. So before I ate this, I quickly got some check-in shots for my coach Cam, just because I check in with him once a week. So he is my bodybuilding coach. I think it's super important to have someone like that to kind of look over yourself, especially when I prioritize my clients. So it means I've got someone prioritizing me, making the changes, taking the stress off my end in terms of my physique, and Cam gets me as well. I'll dive into Cam a bit later on when I'm talking about my circle. And as well as that, I have just quickly got back to some client messages. So all my clients are in different time zones to me, so it's the first thing I do really when I wake up is quickly get back to all those guys. We've obviously got the Brits who are how many hours behind? 6 hours behind. I've got the Aussies who's 3 hours ahead, so it's super important that as soon as I wake up I get back to those guys. Then we cook this one up, head to the cafe, and then we'll get on with those check-ins. Trying to eat this, guys, and then I'll see you in the cafe. Yes, thank you, mate. So just going through your 24 minutes down, and honestly, man, you can absolutely follow the thing. So that is check-in block number 1 ticked off for the day. So I've been there for 2 hours now. I don't really like to do any more than 10 check-ins in kind of one period of time, just because I want to be fresh when I come into these. I say after that, that's where energy starts dipping off. So when I've got more than that, I usually do that second block in the day, which will be, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I usually do 2 blocks of check-ins, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it will just be the morning block, and then that second block of work tends to be other things like admin stuff, planning levels up and things like that. But you've seen obviously one of the check-ins there. I kind of run you through a few of those. But the typical client we work with is just a lifestyle bodybuilder really. We do have competitive guys as well, but for us, a big part of the people we work with are built by Board Twins is people who generally just want to live a good life and still make good progress as well. So we still go out on the weekends, we still have regular festivals, lads who like to go on holidays and things like that, but it's about approaching these in the right way, bringing the best condition possible, making the most progress possible, and just actually making sure we approach these and still make the progress and not just let everything fall apart. So I think the reason we like to work with people like this is because myself and James are very big on just lifestyle. We've been lifestyle bodybuilders for years. We've traveled to just short of 40 countries. I've lived in like 5 or 6 countries. We're constantly on the move, constantly on holiday, constantly at festivals and things like this. And we've found the best tips and tricks to kind of continuously make that progress, and this is what we deliver to our clients. The guys we typically take on have been going gym for a while, but they're not seeing the results that they want to see, and we're there to put the missing piece of the puzzle in place, and generally they see more progress within 8 weeks of being with us than they've seen in their 2, 3, 4, 5 years of training. That being said, like I said, we do take on contract clients. We have competed ourselves to one of the highest amateur levels, as well as that we take on beginners, because a lot of these people, they just skip that whole the whole trial and error process. We get that plan in place from day one. A huge focus for us is education. We provide that members portal, we provide full exercise libraries, we provide courses that we put them through. So I think that's why a lot of the results you see that we get are so much higher than what I see online, and it's because we don't just provide that program, we make sure our clients fully understand why they're doing what they're doing, and it makes these results sustainable on long term as well. They don't need a coach for the rest of their life, and I want to make sure they're set up to continuously make that progress. But that's the kind of client that we work with. So I'm finishing up here now. I'm actually going to head to Pure Prep to meet James and Kiana. That's where we're going to have our pre-workout meal today, and then we're going to head to the gym. And I think it's top line and arms today, so it's a new workout that I'm doing, so I'll take you guys through a bit of that as well. But yeah, that is check-in block number 1 of today ticked off. Yes, and guys, we're now at Pure Prep, so this is one of our favourite restaurants here in Phuket, just because they have calorie calculated meals on the menu, so we come in most days for an off-plan meal, but it's still trackable, so everything's in place and we can actually stay on track and stay lean. But I had protein pancakes, and then I had some fish tilapia things that added up to like 670 calories, which is what I have for my pre-workout meal. So we'll be heading to the gym in a sec, but I'm here with James and Kiana. So this is my twin brother James and his partner Kiana, but I wanted to properly introduce them to the channel just because they have both been big parts of my life over the past few months. We all live in Australia together most of the year. They joined me in Dubai for the 3 months I was there. Then we went our separate ways for a bit, and we're back together in Phuket now as well. So obviously me and James run Built by Board Twins together, and Kiana has her own coaching business, Coached by Kiana. So any girls out there looking to get in shape or just make a change in their lifestyle, I highly recommend checking Kiana out, because she's very, very good at what she does. In terms of what these guys are doing moving forward, so my plans with these guys have heaps of plans moving forward in terms of their travel plans. If you guys want to run through over the next couple of months what you've been doing, and if these guys enjoy, they can kind of just follow along your journey as well.
Our plans moving forward is we're going to fly into London on Saturday night. We're going to be in London for a week. We're then going back down to Weston-super-Mare / Bristol / Cardiff for a week, because we've got Sam's graduation, we've got some team built meets, so with our clientele, we've got a big clientele meet that we're going to be doing, and then we've got a big night out in Cardiff for your graduation. On the 24th we fly to Marbella, which you'll be there as well, so we've got an apartment with Sam and a couple of the lads, so we're going to be there for 12 days before me and Kiana say goodbye to Sam, and then we go off to Portugal. We've got a week in Lisbon, and then the plan after that is not unknown but not set. Nowadays it is literally just a matter of a change in environment, so for us guys it is, Kiana and myself, we both work from home, so that's why we need to stay a couple of weeks in each place, because we simply won't see it otherwise, because Monday to Friday in particular are heavy check-in days for the both of us, glued to the laptops. So yeah.
And a lot of the locations we go to are based primarily where business is going to be best. So for networking, for client meets, so like we said, we're going back to the UK now. That's predominantly because we've got a lot of clients in the UK. I got a lot of guys I want to look over in person because of the phase they're in. If you want to see how we're looking, see how they're getting on, see if we're going to improve any of their form execution, anything like this. Then a few things like client meets and stuff like that, just to build that community across Team Built. But we've just got our pre-workout meal down. We're about to head to Naihan Gym now. We're gonna hit a top line and arm session, so I'll take you guys along there. Alright guys, so we're here now at Naihan Gym. So this is where I've been training since I've been in Phuket. So it's a decent little gym, good lighting, nice and close to my house, like 2 minutes. So we're pretty busy most of the time at the moment in terms of client work, in terms of leveling up the business. So the last thing I want to be doing is traveling far to and from the gym. So this is nice and convenient on our doorstep. Today's a new session for me. I'm one exercise in, sorry. You can see I'm a bit puffed out of breath, but we're doing top line and arms. So I'm excited for today. I'm not going to be giving you guys much detail in this session, not much talking. It's kind of just going to be headphones in, high intensity kind of session. But I'll give you a bit of a physique update at the end with James. So we'll show you both of our physiques, show you where we are at the moment, and give you that rundown. But I'm going to crack on with that now. So let's go get a pump.
Fuck your killers beat, bitch. Whooped it, bitch, I'm outside of some movie. Blue cheese, I swear I'm addicted to blue cheese. I gotta stick to this paper like blue sleep. Bitch, I'm by my chicken like it's a 2-piece. You can have your bitch back, she a groupie. She just swallow all my kids in a 2-seat.
Alright guys, so that is top line and arms done. I really didn't film much of that for you guys. It was like I said, it was just a headphones in, get it done kind of session. I think we just filmed 3 of the exercises. We'll probably just mash that together. You've just seen it anyway, but it's all good. But I'm just going to give a bit of a physique update for myself and James and our plans moving forward. So James is in a building phase right now. I'm actually just in more of a maintenance phase. Not really looking to put on much size apart from in particular areas. So my goal was never to be the biggest guy. It's just to get a great physique, maintain that physique year round in the most healthy way possible, look lean, feel good, travel around and live a good life. So that's what I'm going for now. I'm very happy with the physique I've built. So I'm really not pushing for much growth, no big gaining phases or anything like that. So I'm sat at the moment around about 98 kg. James is sat at 101 and he's slowly trickling up. So obviously we're going to be hitting Marbella, I'm going to be nice and lean. Hopefully James will be nice and fat by then, and it'll be very apparent who the better twin is at that point in time.
Keep my tan up.
Yeah, tan will help, but quick physique update. So this is
That's the best I've ever seen your chest done.
Cheers, man. Oh. But this is the current physiques, guys. Like I said, I'm sat about 98. James is about 101. Now, there's no difference in muscle mass here. So it might be, or he might actually look bigger. Before I start saying that, I might look bigger. James actually might look bigger right now. I don't know what it looks like through the camera. But typically when you're leaner, you look a lot bigger, and a small amount of body fat can make such a difference. So when James pushes up to about 103, 104, the difference will be so apparent. And there's so many guys out there in a similar position where they've got a hell of a lot of muscle mass, but they've never done a full cut. So it's important that you kind of do push down there. Maintaining this physique isn't hard at all. Getting there is a bit difficult because you've got to put yourself in that deficit, your energy will dip, you'll be hungry. Right now I'm maintaining this very comfortably on just short of 3,000 calories a day. I feel good, I'm not hungry. You have plenty of off-plan meals, and it's just about keeping discipline really, but actually getting down there is the challenge. But anyone out there who does have that small amount of body fat, I highly recommend just go into that cutting phase, remove it nice and quick, and you'll probably be surprised by the amount of muscle mass that you do have under there.
Everyone will probably think you put on size, but that's one of those things, you drop 10 kilo, you walk in the gym, everyone will say, oh, you put on some size.
When actually all you've done is removed a bit of body fat, and a lot of the transformations on our pages, a lot of those guys, all we've done is remove some body fat before we're going into that gaining phase. A lot of them we will have done gaining phases before with those clients, we put on a lot of muscle mass with them there. But a lot of them, it is literally the case of just a bit of body fat removal, and you look literally twice the size. But I'm going to wrap up this session here. I'm going to head home, have my post-workout meal, so I will see you guys there and take you through the rest of the day. So guys, we're back in the apartment for work block number 2. So this is probably my biggest work block of the day, to be honest. So like I said, firstly I like to separate my check-ins. So I start this work block with client check-ins. I've actually just done the majority of my work this afternoon. I got back from the gym at like 1:30. It's just gone 5. I've got about an hour or 2 more to go. And then I'm gonna meet the gang for some food tonight. It's Jordan and Jess's last evening tonight. So Jordan's my brother. I'll be introducing him to the YouTube channel later today. But this second block typically consists of client check-ins, so I tick them out the way first. Usually I have a couple calls booked in this time. So I've just got off a consult call with a girl who's jumping on the team. So when people apply for our coaching, we do get straight back to them and get them booked in for a call so we can find out a bit more about them, their goals, where they're at currently. We get a good understanding, build a relationship with our clients, because that's super important moving forward if we do want to make that incredible level of progress that we do. As well as that, it's important for us to make sure that they are serious about the training and the goals, because we do have a very limited amount of spots on the team, so we're very selective with who we take on, and it's a good chance for them to get to know a bit more about our coaching service, find out about us, build that relationship with us, hear about our service to it in, like I said, a more detailed level, and then if they're happy at the end of the call and we're happy, then we get them signed up. So she was a great call. We've got her on board, which is very, very exciting. We typically have, I usually have some client catch-ups at this point in time as well. So I've had one client catch-up this afternoon. So this is where I just jump on calls with my clients if I think they need it. If I think that relationship needs a bit of nurturing, then I jump on that call. If I think they need a kick up the ass or anything like that, and if their plan just isn't working for them, or we need to make the changes to make it very more specific to them and their lifestyle, then I jump on that call, find out what the problem is, isolate that, and then we fix that. This time I will also use to do a load of admin stuff as well. So if you saw our last video that I put out on the full day of eating, you would have seen that we spent this week filming loads more exercises for the client exercise library. So all those have been going up onto the members portal over the last 2 to 3 days. So I think we've added about 70 more of those. Also a couple videos on intensity techniques that I filmed. So this time we'll also use sometimes to film videos. So yesterday I filmed a couple on muscle rounds, drop sets, rest pauses, things like this. So we're constantly trying to add more and more value for our clients, which is why we do cap our client intake. We can handle much more clients if we wanted to, but we want to make sure that we've got enough time to continuously level up our service and provide the most value possible for our clients. Because like I said, education is one of our core values here. If we're not educating our clients, these results aren't going to be half as good, and they're not going to be sustainable. You know, I want our clients to one day not need a coach. I want them to fully understand our training methods, our nutrition methods, supplementation methods, how to build their plans, how to make the changes so that they can continuously make progress for the rest of their life. So this time it allows us to do that. But that's typically what I get up to in that second part of the day. I'm up at 5:30 each day. I go to bed at 8:30. So like I said, it's coming on 5 now. I typically work till like 7:30. Go for some steps because it's actually cooled down outside. It gets really, really hot out there. So I've usually done a block of steps in the day, and then I do a block in the evening just to tick it off because my step goal is pretty high at the moment. But that's what I've been up to this evening. I'm just gonna get ready soon after finishing off this last bit of work, and I'm gonna head out for food. So I'm gonna show you guys where we're eating, introduce you to Jordan and Jess as well. And then, yeah, talk about my circle. I think that's super important because I'm surrounded by some incredibly motivated people. I've got some great mentors in my life, and I kind of want to talk about that with you guys. But I'll see you at dinner. Please can I have pad thai prawn, but can I add chicken as well? So prawn and chicken, so lots and lots of meat. Cap on cap. So guys, we're now at Sun Deck Restaurant. So this is a sick restaurant in Phuket of a nice lookout point. We've been here before. We've come here tonight because it's Jordan and Jess's last night in Thailand. So last night in Phuket, they're bouncing off into the rest of Thailand now. So a proper introduction is needed. It's my younger brother Jordan and his partner Jess. So Jordan and Jess are both online coaches, similar to myself and James and Kiana. So you can start seeing we surround ourselves with very similar people here. But these guys joined us out in Phuket around a week ago, and they are heading off around the rest of Thailand after today. So they got a lot of traveling planned. They're still going to be working similar to us guys. Routine still stays the same. They're going to be bouncing around and seeing the sights in Phuket. We've just ordered our food. I got some pad thai coming. Jordan and Jess.
We've got yeah, prawn pizza and mushroom risotto. So sounds good.
So we'll show you guys what we all got. We've also got Shane here, which you saw in the last vlog, and then Kiana and James. So this is the squad tonight, but I'll show you what we got in a sec. And yeah, I'm excited for the food. What you got there, Kazi? Sun Deck whiskey.
With some sour.
Hey, living your best life.
Thing.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, it smells good, man. That is a good looking pad thai.
Smells good. There we go. We've got the
Registry.
There it goes, pad thai. Looks like a really good pad thai. Oh my god. Oh my god, the white shirt.
That is a really bad decision. I take that off. I take that off. I went to the
So guys, that is dinner and the day wrapped up. So we've had some good food. You guys met Jordan and that in there as well. And I just want to kind of use this time to talk about my circle and who I surround myself with on a daily basis, because I think that's so important in life, not just in terms of business, not just in terms of coaching, but just in every single aspect of life really. If you want to be making progress, if you want to be in a good mind space, it's important to surround yourself with the right people. So you've met James today, you've met Shane, Kiana, Jordan, Jess. All these guys are the people that I'm surrounded with on a day-to-day basis, but I've also got a lot of other guys in the background who support me and want to see me do well as well. So firstly, I want to mention Cam. So I do have an online coach myself. He is a bodybuilding coach. He looks over all of my nutrition, all of my training. I think that's super important. While I'm putting all of my focus into everyone else, into all of my clients, I've got someone prioritizing me, and Cam understands me, understands my goals. He knows I'm not looking to compete or anything like that. We're just lifestyle bodybuilding, which I absolutely love. As well as that, I've got the Limitless team on my side, which are our business mentors. So I think a lot of people really struggle to kind of let go of every other little aspect in their life and feel like they've got everything on themselves. But I know I'm a great coach, I'm a great bodybuilder, I'm a great lifestyle bodybuilder, but when it comes to the business side of things, there are people that are absolutely incredible at that, and paying people like that to kind of help you out and have them on your team is absolutely priceless in my opinion. So we've worked with Josh Dexter from Limitless, we were with him for a few months, now we've got James Vogel from Limitless. So those boys are great, they do a lot of the back end stuff and they're in our corner the whole way really. Same as designers, we've got Make It Unique on our side. So we've got a hell of a lot of guys and girls working in the background to kind of make everything happen, which is absolutely amazing. Final shout out is going to go to Amy, my girlfriend, who is obviously there for me on a 24/7 basis. We do a lot of long distance. I'm heading back to the UK in 5 days, so you guys will be meeting her there, and I can't wait to bring her to the channel. But if you guys enjoyed this video, then make sure you hit that like button. I've got plenty more like this coming your way, so make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. But I'll see you in the next one.